Three high-end sports cars in 2026 will cost you a lot of money. Not because they're slow, but because owners wish they hadn't bought them after the first year. Four others will make you smile every time you turn the key. And one looks great on paper, but consumers who are hoping for driving nirvana are disappointed. We drove 7 high-end sports cars today and scored them based on how they felt to drive, how comfortable they were, how much they lost value, and how happy owners were with them. Before we get started, please subscribe and hit the bell icon so you never miss a full review of a premium car. Let us know in the comments below which car you believe will surprise owners the most in 2026. Let's begin with the worst. Worst number 3, 2026 BMW Z4, the Z4 from BMW. It seems like the perfect sports vehicle on paper. A big hood, sharp lines, a low profile, and the BMW emblem that everyone knows. But what's within tells a more convoluted story. There are 2 engine choices for the Z4 in 2026. The Basics Drive 30i has a 2.0-liter turbocharged inline-4 engine that makes 255 horsepower. The M40i, which is the most expensive model, has a 3.0-liter inline-6 engine that makes 382 horsepower. The M40i goes from 0 to 60 in 3.9 seconds and has a top speed of 155 mph, which is electronically regulated. Experts keep saying that the Z4 is a sports car to avoid in 2026, even with these characteristics. Why? The journey is bumpy and uncomfortable. The brakes don't always feel the same, which makes drivers second guess every input when they go around turns. The Z4 doesn't give you the confidence and trust that a real sports car should. The issue isn't speed in a straight line, it's how things move. BMW wanted the Z4 to be a fun and interesting roadster, but the way the chassis and suspension are tuned doesn't work. In the US, the base model costs $57,275 and the M40i costs $60,700. That's a lot for a car that doesn't fare well in the basics of performance driving. The Z4 is lovely, however it's not very stable. Look into other options, such the Porsche Boxster, if you want a roadster that drives like a sports car. Which one would you really buy? Leave a comment. Worst number 2, 2026 Maserati MC20. Next, the Maserati MC20. This is a painful one because the MC20 is stunning. Mid-engine layout, butterfly doors, and classic Italian drama. Under the hood, Maserati's in-house built 3.0-liter twin-turbo V6, called the Nettuno engine, produces 621 horsepower and 538 lb-ft of torque. That's enough to hit 0-60 in 2.9 seconds, and a top speed of 200 mph. It's fast, it's exotic, and it's visually arresting. But speed alone isn't enough to justify the MC20's place on this list. 3 main issues. Depreciation. In the $230,000 plus luxury sports segment, resale value is crucial. The MC20 is expected to lose value rapidly, making it a poor investment for buyers who care about long-term ownership. Engine sound. At this price point, the twin-turbo V6 is underwhelming sonically. Compared to the visceral roar of a Ferrari V8 or Lamborghini V10, the MC20 doesn't excite the senses. Interior quality. The cabin is fine, but fine isn't good enough at this level. Rivals like the Ferrari 296 GTB or Porsche 911 Turbo S offer more craftsmanship, theater, and attention to detail. Bottom line, the MC20 is a fast, beautiful car that doesn't justify its price tag. Depreciation will sting, and the engine sound and cabin finish leave something to be desired. MC20 or Ferrari 296 GTB, which would you pick? Worst number 1, 2026 Lamborghini Huracan. And now the number 1 worst luxury sports car to buy in 2026, the Lamborghini Huracan. This will upset some enthusiasts, but hear me out. The Huracan is iconic. Naturally aspirated V10, aggressive styling, drama on wheels. Engine specs, 5.2-liter V10, producing 631 horsepower in the STO and 620 in the EVO, 0-60 in 2.9 seconds. Top speed of 202 mph. The V10 soundtrack is pure theater. So why is it on this list? Handling. Compared to competitors like the Porsche 911 or McLaren Artura, the Huracan's handling is slightly blunt. It's fast in a straight line, but doesn't dance through corners the way a $220,000 mid-engine sports car should. Ride quality. The Huracan is fidgety over rough roads, making it less comfortable for daily driving. Rear-wheel drive models. These are fun but unpredictable for non-professional drivers. Price versus Audi R8. The Huracan shares its platform and V10 engine with the Audi R8, which is cheaper and more refined. Essentially, you're paying extra for the Lamborghini badge, not a better driving experience. Bottom line, the Huracan is automotive theater, spectacular to look at, exhilarating to drive in the right conditions, but not the best buy for a 2026 sports car. Would you pick the Huracan or the Audi R8? Best luxury sports cars to buy in 2026. Enough pain. Let's focus on cars that truly get it right, blending performance, comfort, and smart ownership. Best number 4, 2026 Lotus Emira. The Lotus Emira represents the end of an era. It's the last Lotus with a traditional combustion engine, making it a collector-worthy sports car. Engine options: base, 2.0-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder from Mercedes-AMG 360 horsepower. Top end, supercharged 3.5-liter Toyota V6, 400 horsepower, 317 lb-ft of torque, 0-60 in 4.2 seconds. Top speed of 180 mph with an optional manual gearbox. Why it works: steering, precise, direct, and communicative. You always know what the front wheels are doing. Both Parker and Carwo highlighted the Emira's steering feel as class-leading. Ride quality: unlike previous Lotus models, the Emira is compliant enough for backroads without punishing your body. Styling: stunning exterior that turns heads. Interior quality: a significant improvement over previous Lotus interiors. Real materials, thoughtful design, better fit, and finish. Trade-offs: the dash display is a bit dark, and interior materials still slightly trail the Porsche Cayman GTS. But the Cayman is at the end of its cycle, limited in active safety, and moving toward electric. The Emira offers rare analog engagement with real-world usability. Price: $194,000 new, used from around $95,000. Bottom line, the Lotus Emira is the last analog Lotus, combining precise handling, usability, and head-turning design. Emira, or Cayman GTS, which gets your vote. Best number 3, 2026 Mercedes-AMG SL55 next. The Mercedes-AMG SL55 4MATIC Plus, a luxury roadster that finally drives like a sports car. Powertrain: 4.0-liter twin-turbo V8, 469 horsepower, 516 lb-ft torque, 0-60 in 3.8 seconds. Top speed limited to 155 km/h. Multiple other engine options exist, including a 2.0-liter 4-cylinder for base models. Why it works: driver engagement, sharper handling, more communicative steering, and a proper driver-focused setup compared to older SL models. Comfort: long-distance refinement and smooth highway ride. You can drive cross-country without physical strain. Practicality: 2+2 seating allows small passengers or extra luggage, balancing performance with usability. Tech: latest MBUX system, wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and Burmester audio for premium cabin experience. Trade-offs: heavy chassis affects cornering agility. Convertible roof operation while driving can be distracting. Best to do it stationary. Cabin quality is debated. Some find plastics noticeable, others appreciate overall design. Price: $145,000 new, used from $110,000. Bottom line, the SL55 is a luxury roadster that balances performance, comfort, and usability, something rare in 2026 sports cars. Best number 2, 2026 Aston Martin Vanquish. The 2026 Aston Martin Vanquish, the ultimate V12 Grand Tour, winner of Car Expert's Best Luxury Sports Car 2026. Engine: twin-turbo 5.2-liter V12, 824 horsepower, 738 lb-ft torque, 0-62 mph in 3.2 seconds. Top speed: 214 mph. 1. Why it works. 2. Performance. Not just fast in a straight line. The chassis is composed, brakes are massive carbon ceramics, and handling is sharp. 3. Comfort. Genuine GT capability. You can drive 500 miles and still feel fresh. 4. Interior. Glamorous, hand-stitched leather, metal switchgear, and attention to detail everywhere. Truly a piece of art. 5. Depreciation. Expected to hold value better than rivals. Rare in a segment where 40-50% loss over 3 years is typical. Considerations: $430,000 US price. V12 maintenance is expensive. Ferrari V12s are rivals, but the Vanquish wins on comfort, depreciation outlook, and award recognition. Bottom line, fast, comfortable, glamorous, and slower depreciation make the Vanquish the best V12 GT you can buy in 2026. Best number 1, 2026 Porsche 911 990 2.2. Finally, the 2026 Porsche 911. If you care about performance, daily usability, and long-term ownership, not Instagram clout, this is the car. Engine options: base Carrera, 380 horsepower, twin-turbo flat-six. Carrera S, 443 horsepower. Turbo, 572 horsepower. Turbo S, 641 horsepower, 0-60 in 2.6 seconds. Top speed 200 mph. Why it works: 1. Handling, benchmark for sports cars. Excellent steering, adaptive suspension, and a chassis that feels alive. 2. Usability, daily drivable, rear seats for kids, practical trunk, and comfortable highway ride. 3. Interior, high quality materials, intuitive controls, mature tech, and ideal driving position. 4. Resale, holds value better than almost any competitor. A 2019 Carrera S retained 82% of its value after 30,000 miles in 3 years. 5. Range, options for daily driving, weekend fun, or outright supercar performance. Trade-offs, wide tires generate road noise at speed. Options are expensive. Fully spec'd 911s can be $50,000 over base price. Some find it too polished or clinical, but the 911's completeness outweighs perceived lack of drama. Price: $120,100 new for base Carrera, used from $95,000. Bottom line, the 911 is the most complete sports car on the planet. Performance, usability, and smart ownership in one package. Buying advice for 2026 luxury sports cars. 1. Test drive everything. Specs don't tell the full story. Zavor's brakes disappoint. The 911 might feel perfect or too clinical. Only a test drive will reveal it. 2. Budget for depreciation. MC20 and Huracan drop fast. 911 and Vanquish slower. 3. Consider daily usability. SL55 and 911 excel as daily drivers. Huracan does not. 4. Check options list. Porsche, Aston Martin, Mercedes can get expensive quickly. Base prices can double with full options. 5. Think about hybrid complexity. Ferrari 296 GTB is hybrid. Adds maintenance complexity. Combustion engines like 911 or Vanquish simplify ownership. 6. Get pre-purchase inspection. Even new cars benefit from a specialist check. $500 can save $10,000 later. 7. Warranty strategy. Luxury sports cars are costly to repair. Extended warranties are worth it. Golden rule: buy the car that makes you smile every time you see it, not the one that looks best on social media. Recap: 3 traps for 2026. BMW Z4, bouncy ride, inconsistent brakes. Maserati MC20, depreciation risk, underwhelming engine sound, weak interior. Lamborghini Huracan, blunt handling, fidgety ride, expensive compared to R8. 4 winners for 2026. Lotus Emira, last analog Lotus, brilliant steering, real-world usability. Mercedes-AMG SL55, luxury roadster that drives like a sports car. Aston Martin Vanquish, award-winning V12 GT, luxurious, slower depreciation. Porsche 911 990 2.2, most complete sports car, performance, usability, smart ownership. Which one would you buy? And if money were no object, what would be your dream sports car? Drop a comment below. We do buyer guides like this every week. Subscribe to make sure you never buy the wrong car. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.